What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Be sure to check out my giveaway video this month. We're gonna do the giveaway for the Insta360 Go, brand new in the box, and we're gonna give away that Flywoo Firefly Hexa rotor. So that video is on the channel. The giveaway announcement date should be sometime in the first or second week of June. We'll give you a date coming up, but be sure to comment on that video to get entered, because giving away a lot of free gear and a nice little setup if you want to record videos and have a fast little fun little indoor or outdoor drone. So today we're checking out the Holybro Kopis Racing version. This is different than the Holybro Kopis Mini that I reviewed on the channel a while back. The Mini is also a 3-inch type of quad. It has a longer body. This one has a shortened body with a unibody bottom plate. So this one is going to be lighter and faster, and this one will be kind of a great 3-inch race quad or freestyle quad if you want it. It is an analog version, comes in around $229 for this one without a receiver. They also have an option on the website for RXSR receiver. So you can put your own receiver on there, S-Bus or TBS Crossfire, or you can get it with an RXSR. So that's cool. So a lot of options for you guys, but let's go ahead outside now and let me show you how this one rips. I will show you the tune on here. And if you're looking for a 3-inch, Holybro does high quality stuff. And I never really have a whole lot of problems with Holybro stuff. So let's go outside and rip it real quick, and we'll come back in and I will show you what Holybro put on this one. Kopis Racing 3-inch one. Let's go. All right, my guys, welcome back from flight test. I'm glad I didn't hit that crane. You guys probably would have enjoyed that, but I feel like if I did hit that crane, it probably wouldn't have a lot of damage. Let's just go ahead and dive right into this review. I have a lot of good stuff, some not so great stuff to talk about, and some comparison for you, just to give you an idea of what the Holybro Racing 3 is all about. It is a slimmed down version of the Mini. The Mini is also HD capable. It does have a longer body on there, like I mentioned before, but this one is all kind of condensed into a smaller package, a lot shorter frame front to back here, and it's using the Racer Nano camera instead of a Cadex Vista. There's no room in here to get a Cadex Vista, so this is going to be strictly an analog race quad or freestyle quad for guys that are looking for something a little nicer, well, a lot nicer than something like the Tyro 79. The Tyro 79 is a $100 option for a 3-inch sort of beginner style quad. This is the type of quad for someone who's looking for something with better quality everything, basically. I think the tune at the high end of the throttle on this one with these props, I had some vibes at the high end of the throttle, so that might be my negative about it. But for the most part, in my cruising range around 30% to 35% throttle, this baby is locked in and it flips and rolls really nice. The tune on here is good, but the rates are set, I think, to more of a beginner style and softer rate. So it's flipping smoother rather than faster for you. So that's the big difference between the tune on this one and something that would be like a pure freestyle tune. This one is tuned more like a race quad for like multi-GP pilots. So most of the multi-GP pilots want a quad that has a nice smooth tune for gate-to-gate transitions. Whereas freestyle, flippy-dippy, cool, wild Mr. Steel type videos, they're looking for higher rates and smoother and snappier yaw snaps and things like that. So, but let's get into the specs on this quad. Now, again, if you buy this one after you say you had a Tyro 79, you will be blown away by the quality of this one in comparison to some cheap Eachine stuff. This one is around $239 on the website without a receiver. They also have a version with the RXSR receiver for Tyrannus radios, and that one will get you up to $250. So $250 for a 3-inch quad is quite an investment, and it's analog, so it's not even DJI. But the quality is high, and the components that they put on here, as far as the power system goes, this is a legit power system. This is T-Motor 1507 3800 kV motors with super nice high quality stators and copper coils, 4-bolt configuration on the bottom here, and very powerful and fast motors along the same lines as something like Brother Hobby Motors. And they have their own T-Motor props on here as well. I'll put some HQ or some gym fans down below for you to try out if you'd like to try out some different props. We've got that standard size prop nut on the very top, and these are really fast and smooth props. They have a kind of a wide cord in the center here for a good amount of pop when you want high-end boost. It has around, I'd say a medium-sized pitch, so it is more like a freestyle type of prop here with a racing sort of thin tapered end on there. So you get a really nice high punch out with a nice thin cord on the end for a nice smooth feeling quad in the high end of the throttle. But I was getting, again, some vibes in that high end of the throttle. Now they have some cool layout here too. If you're looking for a durable quad and easy to work on, like this one is gonna be that quad. You've got 4 bolts on the top, release that top plate to get to your stack, and it's so easy to work on this type of quad because of that easy access. You're not taking apart a bunch of compartments like some of the inverted motor designed quads, the 2.5-inch Cinewhoops. Man, those things are, some of them are really quite complex to work on. And this is like the classic style FPV race quad or freestyle quad from the past 5 years. They haven't changed a whole lot, but it's going to be extremely durable for you. You don't have prop guards on this guy, but if it does go in for a hit, you do have 4mm here, and it's 3K carbon fiber. So this is way higher quality carbon fiber than something like the Tyro series or even the Eachine Wizard stuff. It is comparable to RC carbon fiber, and probably a little higher quality than some of the stuff that iFlight's using. But iFlight's been upping their grade of carbon fiber for several years now. We've got the XT30 on the back coming off of your ESC stack, And I would recommend taking a zip tie and zip tying that down to the frame. That way this doesn't get broken off if the battery ejects. When the battery flies off, it can break this clean off your ESCs, so be careful there. 3M sticky tape down there for the bottom mount battery, which gives a really nice center of gravity when you're flying this quad. And I'm gonna say my suggested battery for this is the 4S 650 milliamp. I'll try to put some links down below for those. And they also have, look at that, a bolt's coming off back there. That bolt needs to be tightened down. Every time you fly your quad, it's good to look at your quad and go back over something. You don't really have to Loctite that bolt, but it does need to be tightened up. So go over your entire quad with the driver before you fly it for the first time. I've had motors completely fly off my quad in the past. So as far as all the gear on here too, let's talk about the stack. The stack is the F7. It's Kakut, it's made by Holybro, and it is the mini 20x20 stack version, 35 amp ESCs. It says 35 amp ESCs on the website for Banggood in the link below, but I think they're actually 45 amp ESCs because Holybro released this stack last year sometime, and this is $100 stack. This is a high quality F7 stack with a barometer on here, a great, I'd say a good tune, and the option for GPS. It does have SDL and SCA hookups on here, so you can see SCL right there and SDA, and that will allow you to add GPS on here if you wanted to. If you're the kind of guy that likes to tinker with things and add things to your quad later, you could have return to home on this little guy if you wanted to. So you could add a GPS tower back here if you wanted. A lot of times we put GPS on a tower because it keeps the GPS away from all the RF down here, gives you a cleaner signal. And we also have TPU on the very top here. It looks like an antenna post. It kind of has a little bit of duality here. It's a post that keeps the quad props out of the grass when you flip over for turtle mode. It keeps one part of the quad up. If you crash like this, it keeps everything up off the ground a little bit so you can flip it back over in turtle mode. And these are kind of cool. They actually protect the top of the quad quite a bit too when you do crash. And it doubles as kind of an antenna roost for these guys. So they come out the top. And I didn't have any problem with them going down into the props. That is kind of a thing though, so you want to look out for that. You could use some posts here because it does look like the holes are big enough for some actual plastic post to protect that from happening. And in the front we have the RunCam Racer. I believe this is the Nano 3. And these props are actually the 3140 props, by the way, if you're looking for the specs on those. But very simple design. This battery strap will also accommodate the 850. The 850 will get you a longer flight time. If you want to get an upwards of around 8 minutes flight time, you should be able to get close to 7 to 8 minutes flight time with the 850. And honestly, with the power system on here, the power to weight ratio is like 10 to 1, so you really won't feel a lot of the 850 milliamp battery weight. And for guys that want to start out with this as their first 3-inch quad, I think you're going to have a ball. You can fly this around in a backyard. It's small enough to make it a backyard basher or racer or little freestyle drone. You can fly this one in quite a small space, or you can go out and fly big field with this because it really does haul ass, and it is super fast. And the weight, you can keep it under 250 grams with a 4S 650 on here, so that's kind of nice. The dry weight on this quad without a battery is 145 grams. So it is super lightweight, and it is lighter than the Holybro Kopis Mini. And again, the Mini has just a longer body to it, and this one's like shortened up. And this is a stout, fast, and super nimble, high-powered little quad. So for the money and the components that they put on here, I think this one is a good price. I also think that one of the best things about this quad is the fact that it has the Atlo HV Micro VTX on here. So if you want to crank like 800 milliwatt on a 3-inch, this one can do it. And you have a button on the side there for changing bands and channels and power. And in the very back right here, speaking of Atlo, this has an MMCX connector on there. Most of the VTXs recently that I've reviewed have the little UFL connector, and man, the dipole pops off those UFL connectors all the time. Whenever you have a hard crash, sometimes the video goes out on your next flight and you're wondering what the hell's going on. Well, the UFL connector popped off. This MMCX is not snapping off unless you do it by hand. So that's a really robust and rigid type of connector. That's much better, and you'll get a cleaner signal as well. And they have that dipole kind of coming up here on this TPU support bracket with the capacitor back here. And I pushed this capacitor down a little bit because it was kind of high, but so I think that's a nice design. Just to zip tie this down too, because that's not good right there. You want to make sure that that doesn't get broken off. But I think that a lot of stuff I get from Holybro just seems to kind of be fun and high quality out of the box. And I mean, you can look at this one and tell this one's a much better quad, nicer quad than something like some of the Eachine cheaper stuff. But then again, Eachine stuff's $100 cheaper. And but you get what you pay for, guys. And this one also has, before I let you go, 5 UARTs on there, which is quite a lot for a 20x20 stack. Also running F7 processor. So a lot of possibility for this one. Upgrades, you can run S-Bus receivers on there, iBus, Spectrum, Crossfire. You can add GPS to this little flight controller. So it has all the bells and whistles you could ever want, especially in micro. So I think this one's a cool quad. It was fun to fly. And again, super predictable. I mean, it's Holybro, guys. So it is a good quad. The Nano 2 run cam racer camera on here is high quality as well. So a lot of good stuff going on with this one. I think this one's kind of a sleeper, and not a lot of people are quite take notice of the racing 3-inch available. So compact, fast, and fun to fly. So, and predictable. You're getting something that you're not going to be sending back to Banggood for repairs or asking them to replace this one. This one should be good out of the box. Similar to GepRC stuff that I've had almost 0 problems with. So I'm always happy with a lot of the Holybro stuff, but I feel like the tune could be a little better on here. So that's probably my only gripe about this one. As far as the very high end of the throttle, some little bit of vibes in there. So that's my criticism for Holybro. Maybe the F7 needs to be tuned down a little bit, but very durable, very fast, and a ton of options, and just a much nicer quality quad. But thanks again for watching my honest reviews, guys. Hopefully you learned something today in this video. Be sure to, again, comment on the giveaway video for the Insta360 Go, brand new in the box, and that Flywoo Hex Explorer. So someone's gonna get a free Hex Mini little quadcopter and a new action camera sent to their front door. Free shipping from Drone Camps. But give a comment on this video if you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up as well, guys. Really appreciate all the thumbs up and the support on the channel out there. You guys are everything to my channel. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you fly safe and you have a good day. Stay humble and be kind out there, guys. Be nice to each other in the FPV community. And again, please subscribe on the channel, and I will see you on the next one.